What it do, what the business is.
It's another week in the books. It's the OndeckTV podcast. I am Spike Lou.
Man, holla at your boy Animal Brown. Animal_Brown if you're looking for me on social media.
Yes, I am Spike Lou on the same social sites.
Absolutely, man. Producer Mxtra was goody.
It is your boy Mxtra Production in the building. How's it going?
Man, slow motion. What you have on deck for the weekend, Lou?
Man, I finally got to watch Endgame.
Hey, there we go.
And I see why
you loved it.
People despise when you talk Game of Thrones. Because I'm sitting there looking at it like, okay. Because I didn't know the backstory. So I get why people that don't know the backstory don't like Game of Thrones shit. But, I mean, it was a 3-hour comic book movie.
People don't like Game of Thrones because it's not good.
No.
So
they don't like it because they don't know the backstory. No, so, I mean, that movie was it was just too long. I started watching it at like 9:30. It went off at 1.
That's your fault.
I guess X. Like, is this Malcolm X? Is Thanos Malcolm X, dude? There's nothing 3 hours about that movie.
It was just as prolific as Malcolm X.
It was really good. I saw it a couple weeks ago as well.
Succession came back. I was very happy about that. Episode was fantastic.
HBO shit.
Phew, that was fire.
Succession is good.
It's decent.
It's fire.
It's not fire.
It's fire.
So it's good as Billions?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, pump your brakes.
The acting is much better.
What?
Especially like
there's no X. There's no X.
There's not an X, but ain't no daddy. The dad from Succession, he bodies it.
He cold though.
Yeah, he's good.
He cold.
All right. It just didn't catch me.
Speaking of HBO, I'm almost finished with Sopranos.
Hey.
I'm on season 6A, episode 5.
Ooh, you're almost there.
20 years late.
The first part of 6A.
It's trash.
Oh my God.
Tony in a coma.
That's rough.
Trash.
That's
He's out of the
rough.
coma now though. So we in the clear, I think. It's starting to heat up. Him in the coma was garbage, though. That shit, y'all don't like to talk about that shit. When
it was bad.
Y'all named Sopranos.
We tried to gloss right over it.
Clearly.
But The Sopranos was so good that you
can.
can. Also, while we're talking about TV,
okay,
Snow School, for everybody caught that surprise in the feed last week where we reviewed the first 3 episodes of Snowfall. Y'all let us know what y'all think. Got some good feedback on that. The next 3 episodes will be dropping to you after this one airs.
Absolutely. So be on the lookout for that.
Support. Be on the lookout for that.
That's all. Your weekend was just HBO?
Yeah, pretty much. And Madden. Getting ready for this Madden tournament.
Shout out Dead End Sports and the Madden tournament coming
up. My weekend was cool. Hung out with some old friends from high school. Shout out to Westlake High School. Shout out to Lil Danielle, that boy Justin Spear. And shout out to the East Side, too. My boy Fig came down. Shout out to Chris as well. So we hung out this weekend and had a good time.
Shout out to all those people I don't know.
Yeah, it was good. I found out a new place in, what's it called, the Brooklyn Kitchen downtown. Shout out to Lo, a bartender. She was pretty good. She took care of us. It was a good spot.
Is that
Shout
where
out all
Willow
of
Smith
Atlanta.
was? Is that where Willow Smith was?
No, I saw Willow at Bonton.
Okay.
Bonton.
Yeah, it's a great restaurant. And
was Willow with an entourage?
Yes.
She
really?
Was.
Yeah, she was an entourage. The only
Willow
reason,
Smith got to have an entourage.
Yeah, and she had a bodyguard that sat at the table next to her.
Okay.
Black or white bodyguard?
He was white. Yeah.
Interesting.
He would have fucked you up, too, if you would have came up to Willow.
Liam Neeson.
I'm not to come up to anybody.
Don't even think about it.
I get approached. I don't do the approaching.
Oh, wow.
On that note.
And we're off.
Action-packed show, man. We're going to discuss that Rick Ross album. You know how we get down. We're going to give it our rating, let you know if it lived up to the hype or not. But first, we got a couple of topics to touch on. First things first, man, Nicki Minaj and Joe Budden. Now, Nicki Minaj's Queen Radio is back airing on Apple Music, and her latest guests were the cast of the Joe Budden podcast. Now, Nicki took this opportunity to air Joe out over comments he made over alleged drug use and how motorsport came about featuring her and Cardi B. Now, Nicki called Joe out for lying about those 2 situations, eventually cutting Joe's mic off, prompting him to leave.
Cut his mic off.
Now, who came out of this looking like a winner? Who came out of this looking like a loser?
So I'm going to heed to Nicki Minaj's threats, and I'm not going to address her. I mean, I'm a man, so I need to address her husband. So I don't have anything to say about Nicki Minaj.
Okay. Really?
What I will say,
you scared
I mean, hey, she said if men want to address her, they need to address her husband from that point on. That's what she said in the video.
All right.
But I think this is brilliant on Joe's part. He did this with Tax when podcasts first started taking off.
For sure.
The whole walkout thing and rode away from that into the Joe Budden podcast. Joe Budden podcast is one of the most popular hip-hop podcasts. He talks on there frequently about how close he and Nicki Minaj are.
Okay.
I don't think this is anything other than friends bickering on air. People make it more than what it is. They probably was on live together later, or they sit back and laugh at the reaction and how it's going to be in the stratosphere. Because what you get to do, if you Joe Budden at this point, his episode drops tomorrow, and it's the probably biggest story in hip hop. So he's going to talk about it with his fan base. Mm-hmm. Queen Radio, they got to talk about it. We're talking about it. It goes into the zeitgeist as him being the topic of conversation. So I think it's a brilliant media play. Regardless if he planned it or not, the way that it played out points him in a positive direction.
Let's talk about some of the things that Joe Budden has gotten wrong just in this one incident.
Okay.
He said that the IG Live between Meg and Nikki was actually promo for their song Hot Girl Summer. Nikki said that the song was actually done after the live, had nothing to do with the song at all. Joe also said that Nikki didn't know that Cardi was going to be on Motorsport. She had the text where she was asked if it was okay to have Cardi featured on Motorsport. So either Joe is getting very bad info about Nikki, or he just doesn't know what the hell he's talking about and he be reaching. To me, these are coming off as reaches. So when he does it, I'm Psychic Joe and all the conspiracy theorist Joe, that's all looking like bullshit. It's looking funny in the light when you try to go in front of someone's face, because the thing is, people are real comfortable when they're not in the same room with someone because they're not able to give rebuttals when you make these types of assumptions. So you can sit on Everyday Struggle and say this shit and it sound good. Joe's a talented journalist. He can make it sound good. But if that shit didn't actually happen, I'm going to start looking at you sideways. It's going to make it hard for me to believe shit you say in the future. Facts.
I think Joe, I don't think he said he thought that she didn't, that Nikki didn't. I don't think he said it as fact. Like, I know for sure. Man, he said, I believe that this is what's taking place. I think the whole thing, to piggyback off what you said, I think it's a great move for both parties involved. If anything, I believe I saw a snippet last night when Nicki Minaj was on live and she was at the Joe Budden podcast recording with them. So I think she's going to be on there tomorrow.
She's WWF.
I hate when we try to create these narratives around what people can and can't talk about. Dame tried to do this with Charlamagne and the Chatty Patty stuff, and Nicki Minaj is trying to do this with Joe, and then you just said, well, how often he's wrong. That's conversation. Like, you're not going to get everything right. Just like with sports, Stephen A. Smith is wrong sometimes. Right. Like, people that do this, they're wrong. Her trying to attack him for simply having commentary, like, he has to talk about her. She started a radio show, in my opinion, based off the success she's seen him having talking. There would be no Queen Radio if it wasn't a Joe Budden podcast. Oh. So you criticize him for sitting over here and saying, oh, you're this and you're that. He's speaking hypothetically. He's entertaining his audience. You do the same thing on Queen Radio when you call him up there, yell at him, and cut his mic off. Like, the Barbs want to hear that. So I think he services his fans by the things that he says. She services her fans by the things that she said. I just don't like her reaction to him.
But one thing is, if she's stating facts, right, and he's stating what he thinks maybe possibly
you get something wrong.
Happened.
I mean, you get something wrong. You get something wrong.
Yeah,
like,
but
people get So you're gonna sit up here and say that we haven't gotten stuff wrong? That's part of the job. Of course you haven't.
My record is impeccable.
Absolutely.
I don't know what y'all
Which is why you don't understand this. Me saying being a real person and that coming out, it's part of the job. Like, and she's 14 episodes in. When she get to like 250 plus episodes, people are going to do the same thing to her.
Well, I think to Nikki's defense, I'm shooting her a little bell here. She felt that Joe was coming at her on some personal information, because he brought up being a drug,
like, you don't know me.
Drug use.
No, the drug use is personal.
Drug use is when it got personal for her, and she's like, "What do you mean? Like, you haven't met me, but once you met me, when the last time you saw me was a while ago. You know me, but we're not the best of friends. Yeah. So for you to tell people that I'm on drugs." It's a slap in the face.
And that was taken out of context, because if you listen to his episode, his show, he says, I've seen that behavior before because I'm familiar with it. I've done it. Yeah. That's all he said.
That's all you need to say.
She spun it around and said, you said that I was a drug dealer. And he was trying to explain to her, I thought, what he was saying then.
That's what that implies.
Yeah, it implied it. Read between the lines.
And she spin it, if y'all listen to it, like, oh, you've never popped a pill. She was trying to say you're speaking this way because you're saying you're better than me. All he was saying is, I get it. I understand. I've been in your position before. I know how stressful this job is. But I also know that something is going wrong. Something is not right. That's all he was saying.
That's fair.
Not that you're a junkie because you try these drugs. Not that you're a drug addict. I've seen this. I've done this. I know how the game goes. That's why people listen to his podcast, because he's able to give you that insight and be so like he's not hiding behind a mask.
That's true.
But
Like he's able to tell you, hey, I wanted to kill myself. I was OD on the drugs and ICU, and he never spoke, in my opinion, from a malice place when he was saying that. He always said that he was concerned for Nikki. Like I always heard him say that he was concerned.
yeah, I mean, you can say that, but bro, if somebody came on and was implying, hey man, I know what a drug addict looks like because I used to be one. What you're implying is that Nikki, did you pop a pill one time in Cabo? No, dude, you're implying that someone has a problem.
Exactly, and that's where
That's where the line is probably crossed, especially if there is no problem. And if there is, who is Joe Budden to share that information if they not that tight? Like, it'd be different if they hung out and he actually was in the circle. So, but look, at the end of the day, they both win because everybody's going to be talking about them. Everybody's going to click on that episode to listen. Even all the Nicki Minaj fans in the world are going to click on that Joe Budden episode to listen. Oh my God. And so those numbers are going to shoot through the roof. Nicki has again made noise with her Queen Radio. She did it again last year. Last year, that was almost more interesting than the album itself. Real low key. It carried. It has some good episodes, and she's actually pretty good in that lane. I'll give her that. Yeah. She's doing better than that in music.
No, the Queen album was good. You tripping. Queen album was good. And Nikki is a legend. Let's not get it.
Is she top 50?
Oh, wow.
For sure. Without a question.
Without a question.
Yeah.
Joe's been doing this media stuff successfully since Joe Budden TV. Yeah. I just give him credit for manipulating this situation. Yeah.
Hold on. Is Joe Budden top 50?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're skeptical on him, but just saying.
No, I'm just saying. I love Joe Budden.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, as far I can put him in my top 50. I don't know if people would agree with me. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. All right.
If there was
if somebody left off Joe Budden on their top 50, you wouldn't be like, what? You'd be like, okay.
No, I would understand.
That's fair.
I would.
They wouldn't be my list, but he's on my top 50.
He's top 30
for sure.
I couldn't.
Joe Budden can out-rap a lot of them.
He's top 30.
That's why I would be surprised if somebody said they knew rap left him off.
Well, shit, go look. There's plenty of them who think they know rap. They left him off.
Rap though. Like you talking about Ebro?
Yes.
Well, he doesn't have a discography though. To be fair though,
but Ebro was trolling. If we talking about bars and you listen to 50 niggas that could rap, you can't get to 50 people without getting to Joe Budden.
And that's true.
Ebro, like just that, like true. Shit like that is why Ebro don't. That's true. Like niggas be looking at him funny.
Fair enough. Bro. Moving on. Let's talk Jay-Z. Jay-Z's Rock Nation has entered a partnership with, wait for it, the National Football League. The deal calls for Rock Nation to be the NFL's, quote, live music entertainment strategist, end quote, that will see Hove consulting on entertainment, including the Super Bowl halftime show and contributing to the league's activism campaign, Inspire Change. Now, considering Jay has been one of the league's most vocal critics, do you consider this a good or bad look for him?
I think it's hard to determine the type of look that it is without having some sort of information from Jay-Z. I don't want a press release with this because Jay-Z stood on the fact telling people not to work with the NFL. He did that. He said that. He was critical of people that were thinking about accepting the halftime show and vocally told them not to do this. And for him to be able to say, well, I'm working with them and putting the social justice thing in there at the end of a blurb, I feel like that Jay-Z, being who he is, owes people more than that. To especially since people, and it was a reach, but people were trying to give him backlash about the Barclays Center and him being a part of that and that causing gentrification in Brooklyn. Mm-hmm. So you power that behind this, and you're like, well, is Jay turned into the capitalistic person that we didn't want him to and no longer representing our interest?
Right. That's a reach in itself if somebody was to tell me, oh, man, he working with the NFL. First of all, if you say he's working with the NFL, oh, man, he's lost his touch. That means you haven't read up on anything that this is specifically about. Mm-hmm. What he said, and he did make a brief statement in a report, and he mentioned that if the NFL is going to come to us and say that they want to change, then and they want to do it through us, we have the means to help that change because we know what they need.
Exactly.
So if they're going to partner with us to get that change that we've been asking for, then okay, cool, we'll make some things happen. Until then, no, I'm not going to do your halftime show. Rihanna, or y'all ask Rihanna, I got her on the horn. She's not doing it either. You know what I'm saying? We don't need y'all need us. And this is the definition of them needing Jay-Z, and he's exercising that. We say this all the time when it comes to like Gucci and all these other brands that people feel like are tone deaf, and they put out these products that can be disrespectful to a mass group of people. Man, they need more people in the room. This is the definition of more people in the room. It's a good look to me.
Yeah, if Jay is hands on and the blurb that you just said came from him, I'm 1,000,000% with it because you have to have a seat at the table in order to make a change.
Exactly.
Right.
But as vocal, and the only but that I was had, as vocal as you were with other people doing it, there has to be some other explanation coming to it or sit down. I would just like to hear him talk more about it. Like, what are they going to do? What are the plans? Yeah, just be specific with it because he was very specific in telling people not to work with them.
Oh, when you say other people doing what?
When the halftime shows came up, or just telling people, and to be completely fair, I like the fact that the NFL is trying to change and that people were protesting and now people are coming back. The NFL employs more black men than any other thing in America, so its success is that ties into being a black man in America with sports and whatever it may be. But I do think that Jay-Z done the right thing, so I don't want it to sound like I'm going against the decision. I would just like more information. Being that he said that.
Right. I'm seeing a lot of mixed feelings on Twitter, obviously, about this situation. Some people feel like, how they're feeling funny about it. Why would Jay-Z do this? For me, piggyback of what you said, is just in order, if they are welcoming change, why not be the face of that change?
Right.
And that's all it boils down to. You can't complain about a system. Continue to complain about it. And when somebody is trying to rectify the issues, you're saying, well, I don't want you to do it this way. So you can't have it both ways.
Yeah,
like either you hate something and they try to fix it, now you can be like, okay, that's fine. But you can't. You just want to continue to hate and hate and hate and not understand that they want to come from under this dark black eye that they have so far. So I mean, I applaud Jay-Z. I mean, it's never been a business decision that I didn't like that Jay-Z made.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you got to check his Carfax.
Yeah, man.
At the end of the day, like it's different when it's somebody like Ye, and I'm a Kanye apologist. The things he did last year were inexcusable.
The NFL would never.
Nah, Kanye would never. They need Ye. Ye don't need the NFL.
No, I mean, but
the shit he was doing was clown shit.
True.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This isn't that. You know what I'm saying?
No way, by no means.
This isn't. There was no end game. There was nothing that Kanye was getting out of what he was doing besides making himself like a fool. Pairing up with quote unquote the enemy, so to speak.
Yeah.
Jay pairing up with the NFL, there seems to be an agenda, and I'm sure we will get more details as this trickles out. Exactly. But you're right, we do need that. We owe that, to be fair.
And I mean, everybody who complaining about this, like he said, look at his Carfax. Jay-Z donates to people that you don't even know about going through so many issues with civil rights and everything.
Yep.
So you can't say, he's this opportunity. Yes, it's an opportunity for change in the best way. If you don't have the means, shut up and just watch how it's done.
And again, he doesn't need the NFL, by the way. So it's not as if that Jay-Z brand was looking funny.
Right.
No, bro. That Rock Nation been cooking. They signing everybody left and right, dude.
People gonna hate. I mean, you have. I just read a tweet by Tommy Lorenda.
Oh my God.
The conservative.
Whatever she is.
Yeah, I don't even know. The conservative pundit said Jay-Z will be consulting with the NFL for the Super Bowl halftime show and other performances because apparently the league doesn't hate America and law enforcement officers at a level of satisfactory enough for the former drug dealer.
She stayed going to that well, though.
Oh, Tommy Loren, go jump in a fucking lake.
Yeah, she tripping. and then that's another thing. If you're complaining, those are the same people that were like, man, why Outkast, why Atlanta didn't have a halftime show last year?
Yeah.
Jay will make shit like that happen, though, if that's what you want. If people want it, then that's what you're going to get.
And that's what I'm saying. People just going to point out, of course the NFL has problems.
Clearly.
We get it. But this is a possible solution. So let's just see how it plays out.
We'll see. You think he might own a team? What if that's the play?
Absolutely not.
Well, I don't know, though. That might be the play, though.
One of these days. I'm a businessman.
I would love to see it. I love to see
on
it.
The Giants.
NFL got more. They owners are older. Like
that's what I'm saying. They got to start
Good Old Boy Network.
Yeah, the Good Old Boy Network. It's gonna be hard for Jay to break into that. I mean, I guess the only complaint that people who do have would say Jay is a big enough person to not do this with the NFL. Like you said, he don't need them. So why do I have to? I mean, and this is only playing devil's advocate. So why do we need to go do that when we've seen what the NFL cared about people in the past?
Why be the face of change for the NFL?
Yeah,
that's huge for $1 billion company.
Yeah, if you feel like you can make the change, that's what it's about. It's all about.
He cooking right now, dude.
Yeah,
Jay Rock Nation cooking.
People can say rich people are greedy, they don't do nothing. But when somebody is actively trying to cement their legacy as someone who affects change, how can you be mad at that?
Yeah, it's tough.
True indeed.
Let's talk Pusha T, man. Now, we all waited in anticipation Friday morning on whether we would get that Lil Wayne and Pusha T featured Maybach Music
I'm
6
sorry,
track.
let me stop you. Me and Lou said it wasn't happening. You waited.
No, I asked.
You waited.
I said, will we get the Wayne and Pusha T track? And y'all said no. And I said, yes, we got Wayne. So that's we're all half right.
No.
Clearly.
No, we were definitely right.
We knew Wayne was going to be
Yeah,
on.
we did?
Yes.
The math adds up to me. We got our answer. Wayne, again, was present, but no Push. Now, word from Push's camp was that he cleared his verse for the song, and they're not sure what happened for his verse to not be on there. It got leaked anyway on Twitter the morning after. Are you looking at Push differently after this?
Nah, because he said that, like you said, it was released on my end. Now, if niggas want to get mad because I went at their head on their verse, then hey, I'm sorry. Rick Ross, if you can't take the heat from me going at the niggas' head on their verse, then hey, I'm sorry. But this is what you get when you sign up and put Pusha T on a feature. I think that Rick Ross kind of dropped the ball on this. This took away from the day that his album dropped because everybody was talking about the Pusha T verse and the leaked verse and the whole lure of Pusha T grows now even more. Oh, the verse was so disrespectful. Ross didn't even want to use it. He talking about Ye and Drake and it all in the same verse.
Cap.
It adds to the lure of Pusha T. So I think that Rick Ross just dropped the ball with it. Like this, like. If he gonna clear it, like I'll worry about the backlash from Kanye being mad later. Me and Drake can have a conversation. The Gold Rose is already on the album. Like Rick Ross damn near done anyway. This should have been his retirement album. So I don't need no another Drake feature really. So if he get mad, okay, oh well, I already got your verse. Too bad. So I mean, I don't really see a reason why the verse wasn't on the album.
And that's why Pusha T looks crazy.
Pusha T looks crazy.
Because if he comes out...
I cleared my verse.
Yeah, no, he cleared his verse. He didn't say whether they knew that Wayne was on it when he cleared his verse. You can clear your verse for the song.
Yeah,
cool.
right.
Does that mean you cleared it once you knew that Wayne was going to be on it too, though? That's where niggas get fishy. It gets a little smoky. They didn't specify it. No, I need specifics.
Get out of here,
because
man.
you leaked it the same morning.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. They didn't clarify that shit.
If a nigga asks Pusha T, was your verse clear for this song? And he says yes, I don't think that he would have left out the fact that, yeah, that was before Lil Wayne. Like,
of course he's not going to say that because he wants to make himself look good. He wants to make himself look like, I don't know what's wrong with them. Somebody else must have made the call. I wonder who made the call to have that stop.
Ross made the call. Ross said it, though. Ross was talking and he was like, I didn't think that it was time for that in the culture.
Yeah, how can you blame this on Pusha?
Yeah, Ross was like, I didn't want it on there because what the topic matter don't fit for the times. He said at some point in time, me, Ye, Drake, and Pusha make a song together. But
Wayne
or whatever.
Yeah.
Or make a song together. But I think like Ross dropped the ball. So put that shit out there.
So do you think it was because hold on, were there Drake shots on the verse?
Yes.
Did y'all perceive those?
Some people perceive those as Drake shots.
You think Ross perceived those as Drake shots, and that's why he didn't want to put it on?
Yes.
So that's not his fault.
I think
then.
Ross might have got a call from somebody who heard it.
Drake
money,
for the
cash
border?
money.
Man,
Somebody from the OVO squad.
Yes.
I don't know, bro.
Like
I can't put this on Pusha at all. If I would record the verse and my people clear the verse, it's out of my hands.
Like
why would you shoot a shot at Drake on the song though, bro? And
why not?
Especially if you think that you're told that Wayne is on the song.
If I'm Pusha T and I beat Drake, I'm gonna continue to agitate you until you release that so-called song that's out there that nobody wants to hear because it's so bad for hip hop, and then I'm gonna slaughter you again on another verse next summer. I got 3 more summers out of this. How long you want to do this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like this Pusha T ain't got it. Like he said, man, I'm with my wife. Then like the window, the top's down. I'm enjoying life. Like I could do this all year.
He called in on the Joe Budden podcast
You know what
and
I'm
gave
saying?
the most vaguest response. I mean the most vaguest response as to why
Vegas.
that he wasn't. That response didn't make any sense.
What's it got to do with Vegas?
No.
Vague.
Oh, vague.
Yes, English major.
No, but you don't say a Vegas response.
I do. I'm
You just say
E40.
vague.
I'm the E40
I'm like,
of the South.
Vegas.
That nigga said Vegas.
That shit was vague
Nigga's
as
thoroughly
fuck.
complex.
Yeah.
Vague AF.
Okay.
And he didn't answer the question at all.
What were you looking for him to say?
To answer the question, Push, why
Joe
would
Budden
they?
asked him that question.
Fam, I lined these niggas up and I shot these niggas down on my verse. Do you want it on here? Yes.
Say that.
Are you gonna do it? No. It's Ross. That's Ross' fault.
and-
And let's act like Ross ain't got to the point where he's been backing down off some of the stuff. Have you heard his comments about Birdman lately?
He backed down off that a long time
Oh,
ago.
okay. So he could back down off his. I
think
need
they
this
just
Pusha
reached
verse.
a common place of agreement. Him and Bird.
Man, you say that to me if I'm Birdman, ain't no commonplace no more, buddy.
Look what we talking about though.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Birdman on Stunner.
But I'm saying on the Joe Budden podcast, Joe Budden didn't ask him why he wasn't on the verse.
Man, they know why they called that nigga, man. I might want to call. I
Wait,
want to hear from him other than why the fuck weren't you on this verse?
Yeah, Joe Budden said
we know why.
Yeah,
he said I've been released. I have nothing else to do with it.
He said,
like, what do you want him to do?
Joe Budden specifically said we don't care why it wasn't on the album. That's what he said. He just said, why did you murder this verse so hard? That's what they asked him. They never asked him why wasn't it
That's
on.
bad journalism, nigga, because the world wants to know why the fuck he wasn't on.
We
know why he's not on the verse, dude.
No,
Ross said it. Ross literally said hip hop wasn't in a space for that right now.
You believe that shit?
I believe Rick Ross said it.
Yeah, he also pulled that out his ass, dude.
Rick Ross said it. It got to be true, right?
Rick Ross pulled that out his ass.
I'm just saying I can't blame Pusha T
at all
at any point in this timeline. Like, it's just impossible.
How can you?
How long is he gonna milk the goddamn Drake?
As long as he needs to.
What Drake say? Niggas got hot off telling.
Hey, I'm gonna keep as long like.
So you one of those people on there losing that Drake won?
Yeah, he
No,
is.
I'm one of those people that is
You
under
think
the
Pusha T is milking
reality
this.
that Pusha T needs Drake more than Drake
But
needs
that's not
Pusha
what
The
T.
schoolyard, listen, man. The schoolyard bully ain't changing. Like once you get beat up out there,
Yeah,
bro,
you
like you
gonna
can't
keep
come back outside, dude. You can go have your little shit over here, but every time I come outside, I got something to say to you.
Yeah, you better
just
move.
cause I can.
Dang, you
That's
hate
what Pusha T's
you
doing.
hate it. Look at his face.
I got something to say just cause I can. Why? Cause I can.
That's
You hate
horseshit.
Pusha T put Aubrey in his place.
I hate him milking this beef.
He's one of the top
That
5
didn't
rappers
even
in the game
involve
right
him.
now.
It was really over Ye, but that's a whole other story.
But he murdered your boy Aubrey in the crossfire.
No.
And Wayne's verse was really bad on here. He could have left. If we're gonna leave anybody verse off of this, it could have been Wayne.
It wasn't terrible, but it was
really bad.
Pusha T.
I ain't say terrible. I
immaculate.
said really bad.
No, it needed push a verse, but we're gonna get to that. Don't worry
Okay.
about a thing. Before we hit this music break, man, let's talk Dame Lillard. The star of the Portland Trail Blazers dropped his 3rd hip hop album called Big Dollar.
Interesting.
Featured
Big
Lil
Dollar.
Wayne and Mozzie. Now, if you didn't already know that he was taking his music seriously, now you do know. He was on TMZ. He mentioned that he aspires to be the first NBA player to win a Grammy. What are his chances to making that happen?
0 to none. And that's not because Dame Lillard is a bad rapper. That album, the new album is Dame. That's the name of it?
Big Dollar.
Big Dollar, excuse me. It's fire. I like it. He can rap. I even like that he don't even just sound like he from the Bay. Like he did. I mean, certain songs you can tell. He's versatile. But I say all of that to say, like, society is not going to let you be successful in 2 avenues. Like, people are going to look at this and be like, this the dude that sent home, who that be? Russell Westbrook?
OKC.
Yeah, they sent home OKC from the half-court shot. Like, you can't be good at basketball and rap. Like, you're never going to get that. And as a society, just hating as a whole, like, they're not going to see you do this or let you be able to. Other notable people, I think Wayman Tisdale, you remember him?
Yeah, I
He
do.
was a jazz artist.
Jazz artist. I thought that he had a Grammy, but he didn't. He got nominated.
Yeah.
And Chris Webber got a couple of things out there. And, of course, we remember Kobe, AI, and Shaq.
We would like to forget them.
Yeah, so
Chris Webber, not so much, though.
No, I'm talking about Kobe.
Oh, okay. Y'all know Chris Webber had a whole album, though?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. Now, so you're saying 0% chance that he has that getting a Grammy.
0.000.0.
I say negative 100%. This will never happen in life.
Never.
Shout out to Dame. I like setting big boy goals. I get it. The project is cool.
He went
Cool
MTV,
project. It's not bad. One listen, I probably won't revisit it, but it's not a bad project for a hooper. However, bro, you can
Or a rapper.
You can cancel it, bro. I don't care if you shout out to do your thing, Lonzo, Drummond, whoever else feels like rapping, but all of y'all can cancel getting a Grammy off any of that shit.
Don't do Iman Shumpert like that.
You're just not able to put Amon Shumpert, the
Don't do him
Knicks
like
tape,
that.
all of that
The
shit. It may
Knicks
not
tape.
be bad.
Jesus.
However, you are not going to be able to put in the work needed for it to be on a Grammy level type of project, bro.
And really, as good as an artist as Dame is, you imagine his reaction if a nigga like, let's say, Quavo or G Herbo was like, man, you know what? I want to be in the NBA one day. He would be offended.
That's what I'm saying.
He would be totally offended.
Not if they
at
had
that.
talent, though.
Fam, you can be
is-
talented and not make it to the NBA.
It's
No, I'm
rough.
saying if they had NBA talent. Because Dame has rap ability.
Not Grammy, though.
Not Grammy. Not like that's like. That's
upper echelon.
Nipsey Hussle last year. That's what's her name?
So let me-
Rhapsody. That's
So
not
let
Dame.
me y'all give them the Grammys a little too much credit. So it's a lot of people who won Grammys who can't rap for shit.
Well, I think that we give
Number
them
one.
less
Yeah,
credit
Nelly.
because you would have to be a big rap fan to understand that Dame is good.
Yeah,
So the Grammys wouldn't
I
understand.
don't think
that.
it's. My point is, it is a lofty goal. I would
Very
say that.
lofty.
However, after listening to this album, and it definitely gets more than more run you are hating.
one
After
run.
listening to this album, I'm like, this man, he's the best rapper I've ever heard out of the NBA, easily.
Wow.
That ain't
Lou
saying
Lou
easily.
Williams was
It's
cold.
not
though.
saying much.
Lou Williams was cold.
Let's not saying much
Lou
either.
Will was cold.
I ain't know that. I ain't know
he
Lou
cold.
Will rap.
I ain't gonna lie, he cold. Hey, I was good too.
Hey, I was all right.
He's better than both of them.
He is better than both of them, though.
Easily.
Shaq, my biological didn't bother. He ain't got a better song than that.
Shaq went platinum, man. That biological wouldn't bother was banging.
That was banging.
No.
Summer
Phil
Rain.
is
Shaq
my,
went platinum.
Phil
off
is my
his
dad.
persona.
I mean, you can't stop the rain.
Are you really disputing this?
You can't stop the rain.
Shaq can't rap his way out of a sandwich.
You can't.
Don't do Shaq like that. Do Dame got a better chance of winning the championship or a Grammy?
Chip. He's not winning a.
championship.
He's not winning a
Definitely winning the
BET
championship.
award, dude. Like it's not.
He'll
going
win
to
it. He'll
happen.
win a BET award. Don't do him like that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
They'll
win
create a
BET award.
category just so he can win if he decides to come to the award show.
cheat
This
code.
album is good. So.
You gonna come to our award show? Best NBA rapper.
New category.
Dame.
Nah, y'all can cancel this. You gassing the fuck out of this album.
No, this album
You
is
doing
good.
Dame dirty though.
Yeah, you doing Dame real dirty.
Stick to the core,
'Cause,
B.
I mean, yeah, shout out to
Do y'all
Dame.
think the criticism is fair that he's gonna get for this though? Like if he were to win a Grammy and then not make it to the playoffs. Oh, you were working on your music all summer and you couldn't do any working out.
I think the fact that he dropped it in the offseason
Yep.
helps, though.
It's the second time he's done it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
that
he-
helps.
And he had a good season.
Right, he
signed for like
perfected the
40 a year.
timing of it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was
Lonzo did it right before
Lonzo
the
Ball?
season.
He got Lonzo Ball?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah,
Song.
yeah, yeah.
Nobody else does.
Yeah, clearly. What music break do we got that we'll forget as soon as you play it?
Funny.
The hate is rampant in you today, huh? Must be tough at home. Huh?
Must be tough at home.
My goodness. This is our first song of the day is by Bas featuring Earth Gang. It's called Jollof Rice. Check it out.
Let's hear it.
Chill-off.
We are back. That was Bas
Ah, you got it right.
with Jollof Rice featuring Earth Gang.
Cooler.
How you feel about that?
I like that. I like Boss. I like his style. This is a dope little vibe.
Yeah.
I like that Dreamville is continuing to capitalize off the compilation.
Yeah.
Could have been some more music, but this is good enough, I guess.
Yeah, the little EP was a 4-piece, 5-piece.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
The EP was trash. However,
I didn't
Oh,
listen to
you
it.
tripping. Oh,
this
my
song was
God.
cool though. This was the best song on there.
Okay, that
I'm
makes
hot
sense.
at you.
This is the best song on there.
That makes
So
sense.
you don't need to listen to it.
I like
I'm
Amnesia
not.
with Ari Lennox.
I'm definitely not.
You just like Ari Lennox, though.
She's fire.
You like anything.
And
she's
fried rice
on.
with Jid. Jid was
So it's a
That's killer.
fried
That's been
rice
out, though.
and a jollof rice.
jollof rice. Yeah. And shout out to jollof rice, all my Nigerians, my West
You
Africans.
got a peas and cabbage on there too?
What the fuck is? I've never heard of jollof rice. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm finna say
It's
you
cool.
never heard of
I
peas
think
and
it's-
cabbage?
It's real good. It's good.
All right, maybe one day. Is it vegetarian friendly?
It can be. Yes.
I'll fuck with that. All right.
They got vegetarian oxtails. You gonna try it?
Hell no.
Disgusting.
What? That's not an oxtail anymore.
They
That's just-
plant based. It's a plant based.
Y'all want plant-based everything else? Y'all want
I
these
didn't eat
burgers
oxtails
and-
before.
They got them in New York. It's a plant based vegetarian oxtail.
I'm good.
Bro, you eat Beyond Meat burgers.
Fire, nigga. Fire.
So you don't want
Shit
oxtail?
work.
I
That
ate
shit-
burgers before. I didn't eat oxtails before.
And you haven't had jollof rice or oxtails?
No.
Oh, you need some cultural friends.
But you from New York.
We need,
Yes.
Yeah, like,
But
how's
you
that
from New
possible?
York.
Queens.
How's that possible?
Queens get the money.
Okay.
All right.
And Rasta pasta with
Oh,
Can we get to this Rick Ross, please? Y'all making me hungry in
and
this
weed.
motherfucker.
Yeah, I am
I'm
starving.
starving. Shout out to the
Give me
lemon
one of
cream
them
chicken I got.
Popeye's chicken sandwiches.
I
Actually.
cooked last night. Oh, that Popeye chicken sandwich
Ooh,
is fire.
Come here, Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
They're coming for you.
These niggas talking about me and their name dropping fast food places like they're 5-star
Yeah, Popeye's spicy
restaurants.
chicken sandwiches.
On
Fire.
that brioche.
Eesh. Bun killing.
Ooh.
Fake ass brioche bun.
Shit
They
fire, nigga.
perfected. I see why it took so
Whatever, yeah.
goddamn long.
Right. They came out the gate with that
Swinging to
sandwich.
Chick-fil-A,
nigga.
y'all better goddamn get it together.
Shit was fire.
Y'all niggas is ill. Port of Miami 2, finally. Long awaited. Highly anticipated by many. We finally got the album. Now, you know how we get down. All right. Expectations, initial thoughts, highlights, lowlights. And then finally, we're going to give you a rating of how we felt about Rick Ross's latest project. Lou, what were your expectations going into this Rick Ross?
Big boy expectation, man. Ross is still a top of the line act. He still makes the needle move. So in preparation for the album, I was highly anticipating just because I knew that this year needed that sound from a veteran like Rick Ross. I wanted to hear what he was able to do, especially with the highly touted name of Port of Miami 2, his most successful selling album. I feel like that he tried to go back to that well to make sure that he hit a high selling number here. So my expectations were very high. What about yours?
Yeah, we know mine was sky high. As a matter of fact, in the group chat, my name is MMG Brown in preparation of this album.
Knee pads.
So I was ready. I was super ready for this project. They had been teasing it. It started to cook up, heat up late last year, early this year. Justice League was tweeting that they were in the Yo with Ross, finally back again, and that they were going to be on the album.
Gassed.
Oh, they gassed. They only 2 records.
Yeah, 2 or 3 records. That was it. DJ Khaled was talking about how you know how he do when he get to pushing his shit. So it was shaping up to be pretty nice. Some of the rumored producers, Blaze, I think even they said Alchemist, even Premier was supposed to make this project. So the anticipation for me was there. Now that was thrown off just a little bit by some of the records that came out earlier. I wasn't the biggest fan of the Wale joint. Right. That was the first one that actually came out. Wasn't really feeling that. Big Time I thought was good. You know what I mean? It was a cool video. Record. Yeah, it grew on me a little bit later on, and then of course they started to put out more Lucy's, which I'm not the biggest fan of. They put the Drake song out, which I really didn't want them to do that. I wanted to hear that organically on the album, and then the Turnpike Ike, even a couple of days leading up to it, which I purposely skipped because I was tired of the damn single. So I was anticipating the fuck out of this. My initial thoughts when I heard it, I liked it. I didn't love it. It was the first listen. It was early Friday morning, so my ears aren't even just all the way clear like they need to be. I was listening to them on headphones. I can't really give my for real deal thoughts until I listen to them in the whip, in the headphones, you know what I'm saying, on some type of speaker. I need multiple surroundings, multiple areas for a project like this.
Yes, it's quality headphones, people.
For Dame Lillard, I can listen to it on headphones and delete that shit. But for this, AirPods. I need to hear this on multiple joints.
Hey, it ain't healthy.
So I did. I liked it. The more I listened to it, the more I liked it, though. This one is one of those you need to give it 2, 3, 4 spins, in my opinion, to really appreciate it and to know what's what on the project. It got better the more I listened to it. I'll get into what I liked about it a little bit later. What did you think when you first got through listening to it? When that Drake track finished, how did you feel?
I told myself, damn, I heard this before. I've heard this album. It sounded like a rerun to me once I got done.
I've heard this fire before.
Yeah, I mean, I ain't saying that it's not good music, but it didn't push. Rick Ross is a very talented artist, and rightfully so. He's a good rapper, but it's been a debate lately whether he's better than T.I., whether he's better than Game.
Yeah.
No.
He's been discussed in a lot of conversations that when Rick Ross first came out, you never would have thought.
Absolutely not.
He's done very well at what he does in that luxury gangster rap that, like I said last week. But I do think that he kind of got lazy with this album, because when I hear this, I hear God Forgives I Don't, I hear Mastermind, I hear Black Market, I hear Rather Me Than You.
You hear Ross, bro.
Yeah.
Ross.
That being said, Port of Miami Triller, Deeper Than Rap, God Forgives, well, excuse me, not God Forgives I Don't, but Teflon Don. Teflon Don being his best and not most successful, but his best album.
Arguably.
I think that's where he was most creative
sure.
at. That's where he was able to get in his bag and establish with Rick Ross and had BMF on that. This, I think that he just went back to the well too many times. There are too many songs that are similar to more other stuff that I've heard in this catalog already. I think that he's past this point. There could have been a bigger build-up, a bigger thing to it. Like, he could have made this his last album. Who cares if he's retiring or not? Like, he could have did the whole Black album. I think that he just sort of created more buzz around the album, and that's part of it too. You mentioned the leaked songs.
Yeah.
The leaked songs had a lot to do with it, like the album just not feeling new, just not feeling fresh. Like, we heard like 6 of the songs before it even came out. I really wish the Swiss song had came out and had opened the album. That would have been something dope to open it with. And I just feel like that Ross usually puts more thought into placing songs and just how the whole album flows. And this one, I feel like it was just like, here go my Port of Miami too, because I'm Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Oh,
how did you feel about it when you heard it?
I felt a little bit better than Lou did about it.
Yeah.
And I will detail this later in my full-length review that will be posted on all social media.
Nice.
I didn't like the beginning of the album. I think it sputtered a little bit, especially I'm such a fan of Ross and his first songs for albums.
His intro game is crazy.
And this Wale song was not it for me. Like, the song
if
is
you
not
heard it. Yeah.
The song is not bad, but it just doesn't fit. It doesn't fit here.
You think he tried to pull a Teflon Don and do "I'm Not a Star," kind of kick it off with that energy?
But I guess, but it just didn't. I didn't feel that when I heard "I'm Not a Star." It's like because it was a low moment in the song and then a high moment in the song.
Turned up.
This song is just like constant, the same all the way through, and it knocks. I mean, but it's not something I want to hear first because I feel like Ross takes you on a path on a.
Ross make movies.
Yeah, he makes movies. And
this is like a rerun, man.
And I say that's funny that you say that because I mentioned that in the review, but it didn't captivate me at first. The first two songs especially, it had me. But when I got to the number 3, I mean,
started to cook up.
Yeah, I was good. Yeah, Gunplay. Shout out to Gunplay.
Oh, Gunplay ripped
it. So the first two songs, it just like for me, the beginning was okay,
right?
But he fucking ended it spectacularly. Yes.
So the second half was stronger to you.
Oh, for sure.
All right.
And go ahead.
No, I was gonna say what worked on the album. What were some of the highlights that stood out that you think he did kind of knock out the park?
Oh yeah.
I went 100% like nobody's favorite. I'm a Gunplay fan. I think Gunplay did his thing on there. Switched it up, gave you a new little flow, new beat, got out of pocket a little bit for Rick Ross, so I definitely love that.
It knocks.
100%. I think the Bogus Charms with Meek. I really, I want to say this, I really wish I hadn't heard that Swiss album because he talking that shit. Like
Swiss
you say,
song?
this gospel, the Swiss song.
Oh, man,
I wish that hadn't came out. It really was gospel. He should have opened it up with that. That's true Rick Ross.
Hold on, though. Back to that Bogus Charms. We're not just finna gloss over that. Meek Mill, I don't think he gets enough credit for how improved of a rapper he is. I was riding. When I drive, I listen to my iPod on shuffle. It's my old shit. So I got like all the old Dream Chasers 1, Flamers joints. The way he rapped in was cool. He had energy. You know what I mean? It was more about the energy of his voice. But what he is saying now and how he's putting words together specifically on this verse, bro, he's light years improved from there. So I just happened to hear an old joint. I was like, dang, he done came a long way.
He got a lot more introspective as far as what he talks about now.
Just in general,
I agree with that 100%. Like that's why I say Bogus Charms. I'm one of the few people I've heard that like the Born to Kill. I like the Jeezy song.
No.
I liked it. I think Jeezy did his thing on there.
You want to talk old?
Skip.
That song sounds like it was about 4 years old.
It do sound like an old Jeezy verse, but like I say, I like it. There ain't been a lot of Jeezy out here, so it's not like, I just heard him.
He didn't give me that Jeezy spice.
He didn't. It sounded like I want Jeezy on the album. And Jeezy was like, I got this verse that I've been working on like from 6 years ago.
They usually do pretty good records. The Mastermind joint is crazy with Jeezy on there.
I like Jeezy with more energy.
I agree.
I don't Jeezy. You're not T.I., man. We don't need cool Jeezy. We need energy Jeezy.
It didn't work.
Fascinated is my favorite song. Oh my God, that
That's
was
Ross.
the one that I got stuck on and played repeat. That's what I wanted. That's the energy that I wanted from the album. I wanted Rick Ross talking that talk, giving you that.
Yeah.
Like I love that. Fascinated is probably one of my favorite songs. And I still pray. Ball Griese verse. I'm here for it. That made me want to go listen to more Ball Griese, and that's never happened.
Yeah.
Like he took a path on that verse that I really liked. He was able to get real and talk about some dope shit. So I fucked with the Ball Griese verse.
Yeah.
What did you like?
So several highlights on here for me. I'm gonna be honest. I do like the album a lot. I like Summer Rain. You know, that's a dope record. I know that's a cheat code with the SWV flip.
I ain't like it.
Nah, that worked.
I think he done went to that well just like too many times.
You got to do that. You got one of those albums.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
like
fine.
it, but it definitely gave me Austin
Martin music.
And we know it ain't on that level.
It ain't.
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
And I think that's why I didn't like it, because I wanted it to be that, and it just
That's fair.
Yeah.
Nah, that's fair.
It's an okay song.
Big time. Listen, y'all.
Fire.
In the car.
Oh my God.
Swiss
Just Blaze.
I had that bitch on repeat.
We might go back and forth about this, but Swiss might got Puff as far as the shit talk.
Relax.
Swiss is like, you hear that Swiss on there, like just like Rick Ross called him and he was like, bro, I just want you to talk on it.
That's cool. Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Puff is the goat of that shit though.
Fucking goat.
Yeah, he the goat of that.
Never forget it.
But that shit
Swiss on his ass though.
Nah, pause. Okay. Now that shit, like this shit is fire, bro. Like I think people,
like this.
and people are sleeping on that bitch.
Yeah.
Like that's
This
a
shit make you
throwback
feel
Just
good.
Blaze. It do.
That shit make it like he said, this nigga, this sacred or religious or whatever he said.
Cop a chick crib and chili in the tip for the summer.
Friday night, I had that bitch playing after I was already had a few.
That bitch hard.
It heard me coming. Goddamn.
So that leads to one of my highlights is the production. I do think the production is strong as usual. Ross has yet to let me down in terms of production, with the exception of Hood Billionaire, which was throwaway 808 beats. Other than that, he usually does this thing with the production, picking cinematic beats. Now, I will say, Like for an example, Maybach music is not on the same level as some of the other Maybach music.
Absolutely. Partly because of Wayne trash ass verse.
But those are huge. First of all, they typically come with more features and more beat switches and more. It's just usually more depth to it. And this one
it's usually
didn't
a
have
thing.
the same depth.
It's usually a thing.
It's an event.
Yeah.
This one wasn't an event, but it's not a bad song. Wayne did mail in it.
Yeah.
Wayne mailed in the verse.
Oh my God.
It
What was he
wasn't-
talking
It wasn't
about?
that bad. It wasn't.
What was
great,
he
but
talking
He
about?
mailed it in. I needed bars from Wayne right then. I needed bro. Wayne still can do it every once in a while. This is one of those ones where you need bars. When I don't know if he didn't tell him this was Maybach music. I don't know what the fuck.
I like the song.
It's good.
The song
but it's
is
just
cool.
not- it's the
Ross
worst
was
Maybach.
ripping it. That is the worst one.
It's the worst one.
And then by far, easily.
Yeah, it's easily the worst.
I mean, I like how the whole album ended, so I like. Yeah. So I
Yeah.
like this record. But go ahead.
No, I was
Did
gonna
I say Vegas Residency?
no.
no,
You
you
named
didn't,
every
and
song on the album.
okay,
And
man.
I was gonna.
Just make sure.
Yes.
I had to make sure I ain't leave that one out.
Let's
Oh,
not
that's one of my
cheat rich
favorites.
nigga lifestyle with Nipsey. I think he ripped it. One of my favorite ad lib on this whole thing is when he said, "Why y'all so surprised that Tekashi told?" And they got the little MMG chick laughing in the background.
Yeah.
That was hard. I fuck with that song. That beat was crazy. What did you like on here?
And just what you said. I love see. I'm so a stickler for detail. So things like that makes it lets me know that they really went through the most detail with this project, and that's what I love about Ross production. The production is crazy on this song. Fascinated is my favorite song.
Yes, bananas.
That record uses a Lynn Collins "Ain't No Sunshine" sample. That is
Yeah.
not that
that
song.
one?
No,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But that song is hard. Vegas Residency is super
Love
tough.
that. He
Super
talking that
tough.
shit on there, too.
I mean, just, and that's the vivid Ross that I like to hear. So those are highlights, and I think the features overall were highlights. Nipsey, of course.
Minus Jeezy.
Yes,
That's
I was.
Minus Jeezy though.
Snowman, 104 on
No,
the way.
I think standouts were Gunplay, Meek Mill, Denzel Curry gave me a great verse.
I was cool with that.
Drake and Nipsey. For me, the whole introspective, why I say I like the tail end of the album.
Yeah.
I love introspective Ross, and that's what maybe from Fascinated on was more introspective for me.
Yeah, because on that I Still Pray, he said, "Hey, what good is having wealth if you're shitting on yourself?"
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I like
That's a good
personal
bar.
introspective records against great production, and I think that's what from Fascinated on gave me that.
It's
for this
strong.
album.
I honestly think he should have. That's a good point. And to piggyback off it, I think he should have took a moment during the promo of this to kind of introspect on his career.
Yeah.
Like it should have been more of an event. And
A
again,
documentary or something.
well, not even that. Just like I feel like he didn't have to retire, but calling this Port of Miami 2 could have put a bookend on your career as far as just being.
I see what you mean.
And I
That's
feel
a
like
gimmick though. I'm finna retire, but I'm really not as a gimmick though.
Jay did it.
That's a gimmick. I'm not. He's not
Okay.
above it.
And I'm saying at this point in
Not at
time,
all.
at this point in time, Rick Ross may want to start thinking about gimmicks. Like this would have made that album a lot bigger, and I think that's what he deserved at this point in his career. So he should have went down that path of, this is my last time fully doing this, fully committing to this run. Call it Port of Miami 2, and for
You would have been
God's sake.
satisfied. You'd have been satisfied if this was his last album, bro.
Well, if he had I'm just saying the run before it, the promo run before it is the build up to it, making it as if it was a bigger event, calling it your last album, putting the big book in on a career that you've had to this point. Sort of like Jay was doing with the Black Album. I ain't necessarily saying that you never need to rap again, but just putting a book in, saying, you know what, young niggas, y'all got it. I'm out. This is the last time I'm really just getting in it like this, where I'm going to be doing interviews and a promo run. Boom. I think that people would have appreciated, respected this album a lot more if we got more coverage on the run.
Let's get into what didn't work, and I think one of y'all touched on this earlier. The arrangement didn't work. It doesn't need to start off with "Act a Fool" with Wale.
God.
No.
That's a bonus song at best.
Oh my God,
That's a Best Buy bonus song at the end.
He ain't want to
thing
hear
with Turnpike
Wale.
Ike.
He ain't want to hear Wale mouth.
I think
As soon as
Turnpike
you
Ike
make
was-
it a bonus song, Wale hitting this
Wale
phone.
Slick made that song though.
No,
I'm just saying, exactly. I was rapping my ass off. You gonna make me a bonus song, boss?
Yeah,
Like, come on.
I think Turnpike Ike is the bonus song. 'Cause
I like that song. Though.
but it's not. It
I
doesn't
like the name
fit,
of
and I don't. It doesn't because on the chorus it's no like. It's him talking and bragging about himself, and a young lady talking.
so he said it's too early for that on the album.
Yeah, it's like what? It's no vibe to this song. It's just like I can't sit there and go like this to that song. It's like, oh, that's funny that he said that.
Yeah.
As opposed to
I like that song. I'm not gonna lie. The
not riding to it.
the Born to Kill with Jeezy should have been left off the cutting room floor. He's been working on this for years. There's no way that should have made the final cut. It's just impossible. That song is some slaw. And if you take that away, you go White Lines with Dej Loaf.
I love that record.
Big Time, Bogus Charms, Rich Nigga Lifestyle, Fascinated, I Still Pray, Running the Streets, Vegas Residency, Maybach Music. We're having a different conversation if that song is on this album, I promise you. Because that run right there is crazy.
Yeah.
True. 4 through 14 would have been bananas if you take that song off.
Right.
But it's there. So we can't do if.
Yeah. If I had to cut songs from this album, it would definitely be the Wale record. Again, I just said Turnpike Ike. And I feel like the Summer Walker record is a forced record.
Yes.
I agree with that. Gives you one of those.
But that's my point. It's
just like
forced.
the Dej Loaf one. That
Dej Loaf one.
Hard.
That's a banger.
I'm not.
What?
I don't need that one. I'm
You didn't like that song?
I'm not done. I didn't. I'm taking that one off.
I like how they chopped up her vocals sound like a sample.
Man,
that's hard.
It was beautiful.
I didn't like it.
You got to run that back,
Yeah.
bro.
I like that song much better than Summer Rain.
Summer Rain I didn't like. I didn't like the Dej Loaf song. I could have kept those two.
Yeah, that was it?
It's not a Wale most 1,000,000%.
He should have put Wale on one of the female records.
That would have worked. It may have been better with the Summer Rain on that. Wale give you that vibe for that.
Yeah, why not?
Man, those were the low lights. Didn't work for the kid. What on the rating scale? What are we giving this for Ross on this latest project?
I'm going 3.5. Like I say, it sounded like a rerun to me. I would have wanted more. Held it closer to the vest until it was time to come out, and I had all the loosies out there. I think that would have made the album hit better. I just don't think that he was properly prepared, being that we knew about this album almost a year and a half ago. So I'm going to go 3.5. It's not bad music, but I feel like it could have been better.
3.5 for the record is banging. I'm going to go slightly above. I'm going to say 4 reels. That's fire. My motto is if I don't cry, then it ain't fire. And I had to shed a tear on here, and I was waiting on that. That Vegas Residency took me out.
It is. It's
took me all the way out. So therefore, I'm gonna give it 4 reels. I think he delivered. What type of you gonna save your rating for your review that's gonna be on all streaming social media sites?
No, they can read it in its entirety. I'm gonna give it 3.5 as well. It's a very good album, but it's just that very good. Period.
Yeah.
Did he deliver? Will you say yay or nay? He delivered on this project.
Yeah. I think his last project was better.
Rather you than me.
Yes.
Did he deliver? You want to hate so bad.
It's not hating. I just don't think he delivered. Not if I'm calling it.
But the album is banging, though.
You gave it 3.5.
Damn.
It delivered.
It's banging.
Some ain't adding up.
It ain't 700. Like, to me, delivering for Ross is 750,000 platinum, like the first Port of Miami did. It should be in that realm, but it's going to be nowhere near that.
You don't even like
a different time period.
You don't even like the first.
I do not like the first Port of Miami. That ain't got nothing to do with it. We talking about what it lived up to. It ain't gonna go platinum or gold.
This is better than
Ross is trending down within his album sales. I think that he'll hit somewhere around maybe 89.
I don't pay attention to album sales no more. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It doesn't even matter these days.
I don't even know what they mean anymore.
Unless they're Drake or Kanye, you pay attention.
He got 3 gold albums and 1 platinum.
All before Barack was in office. So when people actually counted Billboard sales.
When was Barack last year in office?
I don't know, man. I don't pay attention to politics.
Oh my God, you serious? 2012? Y'all.
Absolutely. What you got on deck for this music
2016,
break?
2016, I think. My bad.
That was last year. This was within that time then.
Yeah. My next song is Lil Durk featuring 21 Savage. 21.
Uh-oh.
It's called Die Slow off Lil Durk's latest project.
Jesus Christ. Let's hear it. We are back. That was Lil Durk featuring 21 Savage, Die Slow. All right. How you feel about that, sir?
21 Savage ripped it. I will never understand the people that listen to Lil Durk, though. I just do not get it. I have no idea.
It's rough.
Lil Durk?
I don't know why he's popular. I don't think he can rap, sing.
No one said he was popular, though.
Lil Durk is very popular.
He's popular.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
With who?
He's popular with a lot of people.
Obviously, the in crowd that you're not in.
Obviously.
Yeah, just
Lil
like you
Durk
think
is
Young
popping.
Thug's not popular.
Yeah, Lil Durk is popular.
Yeah, he's popular. And his album is actually pretty good.
That we're not going to do.
No, the album's not that bad.
The album's not bad at all.
No, I'm not going to do that.
Did you listen to it?
No.
Okay.
I'm not.
Oh my God.
The album isn't that
Still have to
bad.
put up with
This song was banging. 21 Savage ripped it.
21 Savage ripped it.
But there are a couple of joints on here, but I didn't know he was popular. I'm going to come clean.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody that listens to him. So
Right.
maybe it's just not in my immediate circle.
He's the most popular of a depleted Chicago scene.
Yeah.
Chicago was on at one point. Now ain't nobody standing. Give me. That's my take.
Don't do my boy Herbo any kind of way.
I'm just focusing on this.
See Herbo? That's what we're going immediately for Chicago high rappers,
baby.
Jesus,
I'm just
it's
focusing
rougher than I thought.
on this record.
Tell me about
this
Chicago.
This is a good record. I love 21's verse. 21 is a beast. He said, we play freeze tag with these bullets, dog, and y'all niggas it.
He funny, man.
He does have some of the funniest bars.
Yes.
I fuck with 21.
Go.
Let's get to this question of the week, man, before we get out of here.
We love Chicago.
I love Chicago as well.
I fuck with the shot.
The rap scene has fell off.
Hip hop turned 46 over the weekend, guys. If y'all didn't know. Now, my question is, if you could go back, let's jump back in the time machine. Can you recall the moment or album or verse that you fell in love with hip hop?
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Snoop Doggy Dogg, Dr. Dre's at the door. To make an entrance, so back on up. I remember that playing religiously on MTV Jams. That was my shit. I went and got me some Lokes. I went and got the flannel. We used to rock it at the skating ring.
You were posing.
It was fire.
That was your Nashville swag?
Yeah, nigga. We
hot
thought
as
we was
fuck.
Y'all to have your own. That's what it was.
No, we didn't. Not back then. I mean,
nobody
who
had their own right
Right,
then.
that was 94.
Nah, we had our own shit.
We had Pistol. I was like, oh, y'all like Atlanta. Y'all should have.
Definitely had our
fucking
own
blackest
shit.
city in the world. Y'all ought to have that.
Honda.
We had Pistol back then, to be honest, though. Riding in my 6'4".
You had a pistol?
Look it up. We had Pistol in Nashville. You're a New Yorker. Y'all had Prodigy, unfortunately.
A great top 50.
Trash.
My first memories
Juvenile
are
better than
easy. The Box, LL Cool J, Bamboo Earrings, at least 2 pair. That was the very first rap song I remember hearing, and I was like, man, what the fuck is this? She was banging though. Like, don't get it twisted. The song was fire. Yeah, but that was the first one I can remember on the Box. I tried to buy a couple of joints. I tried to buy Doggy Style. I tried to buy Chronic from Columbia House.
I was gonna say, did everybody get their first rap CDs from Columbia House?
Yeah, I ordered all them hoes.
Oh man, what?
And my mama intercepted that bitch like prime time, nigga. It was like, dude, you're not listening to this shit right now. What the hell is wrong with you?
I first started hating Mobb Deep. I ordered that shit from Columbia House. I was hot about
that was your fault.
I was hot about my penny or whatever it was, and they sent me that shit, man. Hot about like, man, I wasted one with this. What was that? What was that first one? Mobb Deep first CD.
Don't
Is
ask
it
me.
Infamous or some shit like that?
Infamous.
Yeah. I was hot about that.
That's a classic.
She got frisbee.
Are you from Queens? Don't go back, boy.
That's true. I am like that.
What you got?
My first is very it's funny. It's
You was
Too
in the
Short.
Outkast video, wasn't you?
No, it's Too Short. I'm a player. I heard this song.
That used to be my shit.
I never forget this because I shouldn't have been listening to any of this shit. 7 or 8 years old on the bus. It was we had older cats on my bus. Shout out to Kamasi. If he listening, he let me hear this shit for the first time. It was me, actually Future, and my homeboy Corey.
Meathead.
Yeah, Meathead. And we all loved Too Short, man. It was I'm a Player. I knew that whole song from front to back. And that was that's when I was like, man, I love this shit. I started buying
got
everything.
hits, man.
Yeah, man. I'm a player.
That's my guy.
Too Short got hits?
Yeah.
Yes.
West Coast legend.
Get
Rap
outta
legend.
here, man.
He's a legend because he's in the game for a long time, but he has hits.
You want to talk about retirement, Shucks? He did that 10 years before Jay did.
That's true.
Are you saying Too Short doesn't have hits?
Nah.
Right, you are crazy.
No, he doesn't.
Right, boy.
Got Getting It. That's fire.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
That's a hit. Yeah, that's the shit.
He got Freaky Tales.
The end.
Tales,
Freaky Tales for
Cocktails.
sure. That's 2.
The Ghetto.
Nah, that's it.
The Ghetto was a hit.
I gotta hear it. It's been a minute. I gotta hear it. I just haven't heard it in a
Blow
while.
the Whistle, hit.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, Too Short a legend, man.
All right, that's fine. That's 3 hits. All right,
Yeah,
fair
Too
enough.
Short a legend,
I give y'all that. All right, man. Before we get out of here, do we have an on-decker of the week?
I don't, do you?
Of course, I always have one. Shout out to
rhetorical
Facebook.
question.
Absolutely, the rap chat. My guy Chris Lucas, he tagged us in a post and said, "Man, did y'all hear about this?" And what he tagged us in was the No Limit reunion. God damn it, I will be there, Mr. Chris Lucas. Thank you for tagging us in that.
I was the only nigga holding it down for P last week. Me.
Y'all about
That's
to watch,
who.
Y'all about to watch these fat ass niggas at 50
Yes,
something going
yes.
across stage.
Who gonna be there?
Mia X, Mystical,
Shout out to me.
Fiend,
Is Mystical gonna make
P,
it?
Mystical ain't gonna make it.
Silk the Shocker.
Mystical still in the
He got
hospital.
the Achilles injury.
Yeah, he done.
Is he?
You ain't see
You
that?
seen him fall?
I saw him fall. I didn't know he had an injury.
He ain't
for
get
real.
back up. Did
Got
you
to
see
be
his nigga back
injured,
up?
dude. Did you see
y'all
that?
capping.
nigga
Y'all done
whole-
put the Achilles on the
That nigga whole knee came out, dude, on stage. The knee was laying, nigga kneecap was laying on stage.
So nigga died on stage. You just killed Mystical,
Slick.
bro.
So they're gonna do a No Limit
Killed his
reunion.
career.
Gonna be there, huh?
Absolutely. The fuck? It's gonna be at Phillips. Probably.
At State Farm Arena.
It'll be at
Phillips.
State Farm. Fuck around, be at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
What was
Fill
his
that
name?
bitch
What was
up.
his name of T.I.O. club on the west side? Chaos?
Crucial.
Crucial?
It's
That's
still
where it's
there,
going to
too.
be. It's
Club
still there?
Club Crucial
That
still
club's
there.
still standing.
Bankhead, nigga. Yeah.
Man, I wouldn't go on there. I wouldn't go in there with a bomb on, nigga.
I hope not.
Yeah, right, exactly. So other than hitting Club Crucial this weekend, what are you getting into?
What is this weekend, man? I got to
Oh, my bad. You're right. Let's get to these new releases while you think of what you're going to do this weekend.
nothing. I'll let you know right now.
We have a couple of things coming out this week. The highlights being, let me start. Well, first we got Chief Keef has a new mixtape coming out.
I thought we were talking about highlights.
Almighty Sosa.
Chicago
Almighty
Dead.
So 2 is coming out. We got Currency, Hot August Nights. I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Checking that out.
And the two biggest this week would be Quality Control, Control the Streets Volume 2.
It's a double disc, ain't it? It's a lot of songs.
They crazy,
Yeah,
man.
there's too many songs if you ask me.
A lot of songs.
That the baby, Lil Baby song, Baby, that's the single off it.
Yeah, it
that's
is.
the thing off
The
there.
baby
I like
ripped
that.
it too.
Yeah, he
Lil
did.
Baby ripped it.
Stop.
Right. And King Slime himself is finally coming
Who?
out, blessing us with
Who?
So Much Fun. Young Thug is coming
That's the
out.
name of the album, So Much Fun?
So Much Fun, yeah. He got
Yes.
a dope
Does he
album
love Teen
cover.
Spirit?
Got a dope album cover. It's really dope. I'm looking forward to this project for sure. Shout out to whole YSL. Can't wait for this project.
You like
Sure.
that
Gang,
Easy
gang.
Breezy Thugger Girls? You like that?
It has some songs on there for
Did
sure.
you like the album?
I give it a 3 on the real scale.
You gonna
Nigga's
cap,
ill.
boy. That's
Home
big cap.
cooking, boy.
That's big cap right there.
Man, Jesus
Y'all
Christ.
just not a Thug fan.
No, I'm a fan of good music.
He makes plenty of it.
Oh my
He
God.
does.
That
He
London
does.
song with J. Cole and Travis Scott is banging.
Young Thug is a legend.
Skipper the Flipper.
Definitely lit. So you don't like London?
No.
Oh,
That ain't
now you
nothing.
really hating that. If you don't like that song, you hate.
That's
That's
big
small,
cap.
bro.
That's big cap.
Yeah, yeah.
What you got on deck for the weekend?
I mean, this weekend, what is it? It's my birthday. So
Hey, happy birthday.
hey.
man.
It's my
Everybody don't
birthday.
get to see 50, bro.
Shout out to I'm the best looking 50 nigga. You know.
You and your twin, y'all celebrate together?
Yes, most times, yes.
Interesting.
We will be together this weekend on Friday. We got some things popping off. I'm gonna hit you guys up. I know you're gonna decline because you're washed.
Absolutely.
Tough.
But
Yeah,
we're
you take that
definitely
down.
we're definitely taking a strip club tour around the city this Friday.
Oh, hell
You
no.
skipped me. You definitely missed me with that.
Skip club tour with that. I'm good.
You guys don't like looking at women. Okay, duly noted. But yeah, that's my weekend. We're gonna have a blast.
Other than turning down your invite,
It wasn't extended.
I ain't doing much. I ain't doing much of nothing, man. I'm practicing on my Madden. I'm getting in this tournament. I'm in Mad mode. Goddamn, I'm gonna listen to this Ross while I practice on this Madden. If anybody wants to see me online, Animal_Brown, PlayStation 4, come get this work.
I'm trying to get a deck built, man. If any contractors out there, hit me up, man.
Get out there and
You
do it
know, actually
yourself.
something real.
DIY, man. Do it yourself.
Definitely not doing that.
Build your
though.
own deck.
Yes.
Absolutely not. If y'all build decks, holler at me though. Need that.
Need a deck built. Actually, I
Yeah.
might have a contractor for you.
Need that. You be having some bougie ass people though, man. You try to send me, nigga. You try to send me a tailor that travels from Japan once a year.
Hong Kong. But
Nah,
shout out to Malik, man. Hoping you get out of customs.
who's
today.
not paying for that? This guy.
Yeah. I mean, he has excellent prices.
God, I don't believe that.
I guarantee.
The nigga got to travel halfway across the world to tailor suits.
He it's his tour. He does it across the
Yeah.
world. He does it everywhere.
That's why. If
That's
I
a
was
bad
him,
motherfucker right
I'd
there.
add that in my cost, and it would be extremely
No,
high.
trust me. You all right?
Nah, man.
Just give my number.
Snooze, you
and
lose.
I
Shout out to
get
Malik,
I
man.
bet he's good.
We're here to give you trouble at customs. Don't worry, man.
He can't get over the border.
I had Trump giving him hell with China.
Oh,
Bullshitting
man.
with my man. Missed my appointment last week, motherfucker.
Damn, they
cool.
stopped him at the border.
But shout out to Malik, man.
That's
He'll
why
be
you
here
should
tomorrow.
pay attention to politics.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah, you definitely a
I'm
bullshit.
good.
You put the man down and read.
Jesus Christ.
CNN not
Watch-
on my cable package. Sorry. Hey, do us a favor, guys. You already know the drill. YouTube.com/OndeckTV podcast. Make sure you subscribe. Go to iTunes, rate, subscribe to that as well, and comment. And don't forget, man, Patreon.com/Realville. Original content right now.
Yes. Also, go join the conversation, the rap chat on Facebook. Go to the website, realvillemedia.com. Also, brand new episodes of Snow School coming soon, and everything else on the network. Support the real. 2 E's.
Holla.
Yes, and we also do not forget these reviews will be popping up on every major release. I got Young Thugs coming up next week for sure.
That'll
Nice.
definitely be edited out.
And we out.